In this video tutorial, we're going to attempt to determine the gender of a prospect based on their first name using Clay. So the first thing we need to do is build a list of prospects that we want to reach out to, and then we need to use Clay to find out what their gender is. Now, one word of caution, when using gender to segment any sort of outbound or to target any sort of messaging, you have to be really careful, as you don't want to assume the pronouns or the gender identity. So I would not suggest using this to run particular campaigns if you are going to reference the gender. Nonetheless, let's get into Clay. So here's a table that I've built a little bit earlier. I've just imported 250 people in here, and we've got lots of different prospects. I tried to pick just a random sample so that we can have a look to see how do we work out the gender. Now, fortunately, Clay has a native integration which helps with finding the gender. I'm going to click Add Enrichment in Clay, just type in gender, and it is actually going to use the first name to determine the gender. And I'm going to click save, and I'm going to run on 10 rows because this is going to cost me a credit per row. So do keep that in mind when you are using the enrichments, is that it can cost and use quite a lot of credits if you have a large list. Not sure why that didn't work. Let's go back to enrichment. Predict gender, add field. Okay, so this is what it did. So now I've got the prediction, and then I've got it outputted in a text format. However, one of the things that it can also do is give you a probability of how accurate it or how much it trusts this data is correct. Names like Stacy, Jamie, Sam could be used for both male and female. So how do I determine, or how can I go and double check whether the output is correct? Well, one way you can do this is actually add the probability as a column. So you're going to create that column there. And now is put the probability of this gender here. Anything below 0.9 is something that you might want to double check. So a quick way to filter those that are less than 0.9 is to add a filter, make sure that you've got the probability is less than 0.9. So now I can manually go and check Jamie's profile and Addison's profile and see if they are correct. For the purpose of this example, I'm going to click on Jamie, and I can see from looking at a photo and assuming that she is female. So I can just simply go in here and change that to female. Same with Addison, I could do the same. I've checked this one before. It looks like a female, so I'm going to go and change the gender here. And that's how you can find gender. So you can't 100% automate it, but you can get it to do it at scale and then go and check any that it isn't 100% or more than 0.9% confident that the gender is correct.